Is that good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Welcome, guys. Off the Mat Podcast. I'm Brian Harris here with my homie
Keith McMillan.
Welcome, guys. Keith, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Excuse the saying get up. This is my rash guard that I like to roll with. I roll for the first time in a month.
Practices wrist locks.
Fuck out of here.
How was it, though, for real?
It was fine, man. I think spending time on the bike, I wasn't doing it every day, so I'm not going to be like I was busting my... But, the times when I would get on the bike to watch classes and everything, I was doing an hour.
Yeah.
So my legs actually felt fresh, believe it or not.
What do you mean? Like afterwards? Or you're saying, are you talking about during the bike or are you talking about during rolling?
During rolling.
Okay.
Like after just doing the bikes for weeks,
yeah,
my legs felt like it had more power. It had more spring in it.
That's probably because they did.
Yeah. So I felt really good today, and I surprised myself with my competition with the way I competed today.
Yeah.
In sparring and working on technique and everything. But I really surprised myself, and I think watching, I got to absorb a lot of information. And there were certain positions I went in where normally I'd kind of be gassed out or I'd be trying really hard and just, and I really took my time and understood I was in a dominant position and took a moment to breathe and really start working on transitions and setups I was trying to do. I didn't get anybody, but I felt comfortable than I have since I became a blue belt today.
There you go. That's good. Take a little time off, help your game.
Yeah, so...
What do you think that's from? You think it was just from taking time off in general, or what? Just came out of
taking time off, having more strength in my legs, and then being able to understand, because I'd go try hard mode in certain positions to where I wasn't in danger.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and having that IQ elevate from watching, I really felt it helped improve my game. Just that more. That more, especially like I said, because the moment I became a blue belt, I felt like I was I need to I should be at a different.
I need to actually learn jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, watching, spending the last 3-4 weeks on the bike, watching people get in positions and panic or not breathing properly. There was a lot of things I noticed. I was like, oh, I do that same thing.
Yeah.
So I took my time today, but yeah.
That's good. One of the things too about teaching. Zach's been talking about it and. It's something I realized probably after a month or two I started teaching jiu-jitsu classes. It helps your game a lot whenever you're teaching. Granted, everything that I'm teaching, I teach everything that I'm teaching is something that works for me or something that has been taught to me under the glory banner,
Right.
But it's stuff that works for me and that I've used and that works out well. And whenever you're teaching, you have to explain it to a bunch of different people, and everybody understands things a different way. I might say something one way to this guy and say the exact same thing, but say it in reverse to this guy, and they both understand it.
Right. Based
off the way that I told them. You know what I mean? If I say it like that to him, then he's not going to get it. But if I say it, you know what I mean?
No, definitely.
So and then too, it also forces you to break down the positions too. So there will be a lot of times, and I do this all the time. This is probably the biggest thing is, I'll show a move. So I'll show a move and I'll forget a subtle detail. I'll still do it while I'm demonstrating it, but I won't realize I'm doing it or say anything about it or anything like that, or recognize the importance of it until everybody goes back and they start drilling based off what I just showed them. And I'll go back and I'll look and I'll be like, okay, they're doing this. I told them to do that. I told them to do this. They're doing that. I told them to do this. They're doing that. It's still not working for them. Fuck, I forgot to tell him to do that. You know what I mean? And it's I don't know. It's just, it's helped my game a ton just teaching. So
yeah,
I can imagine whenever I was going through my eye surgeries, and even whenever I'm fucking working the desk at night and everything, dude. I always try and come over here and check out classes as much as I can. Even if I just sit down for 10-15 minutes whenever I have a chance and just either A, watch people roll, or B, watch Zach or whoever's teaching break down a move, I don't know.
No,
You're a sponge.
get
You
it.
got to absorb that shit.
Yeah, I'm obviously, like, I won't say obviously, but throughout school and everything, I've always been a slow learner, and unfortunately, I am one of those individuals that, you know, you might teach a technique, and I say I have it, and then once it's like it comes to me applying the move,
Yeah.
my mind sometimes either go blank or I do miss a detail that's a really big detail that helps me set up, you know, a submission.
Yeah.
So I have to go over things. I'm one of those people that I need to drill. I have to drill, you know, over and over and over again until it's beaten into my mind.
Yeah.
But I'm okay, and I understand, and I watch. You know, I've watched you grow. You know, the whole blue belts that we have, and you know, with Clay becoming a purple belt. Like, I've watched you guys excel at a certain rate that I couldn't keep up because I wasn't really retaining the information that I think I should.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that. And I'm at a place to where I think defensively, I think I'm at a blue belt level. Submission wise, you know, I have my own personal thoughts about my submission game. I don't think I know things if you were like, do this move, but I don't really know how to apply them just yet. Yeah. I really don't have an offensive game that I think I should have.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it, and you know, I'm at the perfect place in the gym to where, you know, this is where I can fail at, and
dude, that's just like the book that you were reading too, like the jiu-jitsu book. That's exactly what it said too, is like being a white belt is just learning how to survive.
Right.
You know, you learned how to survive. Now you're at the blue belt stage. Now it's like learning how to attack, right? Or what did it say for blue belts?
Defense. It's actually all about like putting yourself in bad situations and learning how to defend that situation, getting comfortable from that, and then actually purple belt is when you start learning offense. In that book, in that flow or chart.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. So white belt survival, blue belt in that book, defense, and then purple, you start learning like basic.
Wouldn't survival and defense be like the same thing almost?
No, because
I mean, I understand that like they're obviously like two different things, but I feel like survival can be classified under defense.
Yeah,
I feel like survival's a subclass of defense.
But survival more like, I mean, that's literally what you're doing, surviving. But the defense aspect is now, okay, now I'm in side control.
I'm in this bad position.
Yeah. I need to defend it and put myself in a better position.
Okay. Yep. That makes sense.
I like it. You know, it's helped me out, but obviously the wonderful coaches that we have here, you know, I appreciate all of them too. You know, I come from the Gracie system, where, you know, you're given like a set of moves that through white belt you got to learn escapes, and you learn armbar, guillotine. Like, you have like 4 submissions.
What do you? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
No,
I don't want to interrupt your thought.
But you literally have like a list.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What do you think about those systems? Like, because they're interesting. Because like everything that they're saying. So everything that, like, because I've seen like my old gym, the gym that I came from in St. Louis, like they have a criteria, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, and like they do like a legitimate, like, it's a testing day.
Yeah, no.
So you come in and you test for your blue belt, and they have a criteria and a curriculum where you have to do this set of moves, and you have to do this set of moves, and you have to roll this many rounds, or whatever the fuck it is, you know. You have to be able to do all these things. What do you think about that? Because like, whenever I saw my old gyms, I thought that I saw it after I had left. I didn't see it while I was there. I saw it after I had already moved out to Kansas City, and after I had already got my blue belt already, actually. So I was a blue belt at the time whenever I saw the list that they had, and it was like everything that they had on there like made sense to me of like why it was on there, but I don't know. I just felt like it was. I feel like it's more in depth than just like having a straight criteria. Like there's obviously certain moves and things that you should know, but I don't know.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first came here, I didn't appreciate the system we have set in here.
Really?
I kind of
because it didn't have that.
Yeah, it was kind of like and I'll try to explain it to the best of my capabilities. I
Yeah,
feel like
because Zach's gonna fuck you up now.
he fucks me up anyway.
No, I'm just
Keep
joking.
going. I feel like the Grace having a criteria. I felt like that was cool. Like it was like you need to learn how to do an armbar. You need to, and it gave me a basic fundamental grounding.
Yeah.
I appreciated that at first, and then when I came here, I was like, everyone's fucking barbarians. We learn moves every day. That's like doesn't apply. It's, you know, when Danilo was here and Zach was teaching, you know, I think my first day we were doing like some, and maybe it was just them having fun. We were doing like some flying shit.
We did flying triangles when Danilo was here,
Yeah, we were doing flying, and I was like, it's my first day back.
We did flying arm bars, too.
Yes.
And that was like, probably what you were talking about. That day we did do flying arm bars.
Yeah, so it was my first day here, and I was like, what the hell? Like, am I in the wrong class? Like, you know, plus I was fucking obese, and, you know, that didn't help, you know, with my stamina and everything, but I understand now, and at least I could be reading too deep into it. I feel like Zach has given us a platform to kind of be free and develop our own game.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I think that I was trying to get. It's more of like a flow, you know. It's more of, I don't know. I feel like whenever you have a criteria, it's very it's stiff, you know.
Right, and I feel like, you know, as a Gracie player, I knew going against other Gracie players, this is what we're, at least at the white belt level. I never got the blue belt at Gracie. But
like those dudes probably get like a false sense of security too from that as well. Like you got to think about that, like especially if they know like blue belt testing is coming up or belt testing's coming up. Like
yeah, that's all you train. That's all you drill.
Fuck, I'm not doing anything else, bro. Yeah. That's all I'm looking at is that fucking sheet. And in my mind, as long as I can do those things, I'm a blue belt. I'm a gangster. You know what I mean?
As opposed to here with Zach's system, which I appreciate a lot more now. I get to develop and basically have my own signature style.
Yeah.
And I think so.
Everybody's style is a little bit different.
Right. But we all come from under the same band.
We all do like similar shit, but everybody's got like their own go-tos. Like, you know, Clay's throwing up fucking triangles left and right.
Yeah. And I think Clay's a perfect example of someone that's like, Clay got really good at the triangles.
Yeah.
And then when he became a blue belt, he kind of still like improved on his triangle game. And then he started kind of like branching out.
Yeah.
And it kind of helped his game. And now he still has that bread and butter. If Clay just wants to like
throw up a triangle,
yeah, he can do
just
it.
Like fucking whomp, there it is.
But now he flows so well. And I think someone like Clay doesn't benefit from a Gracie system.
Yeah.
You know, being told this is all you're gonna do for the first year, 2 years, however, you know. And
that's the thing though, why it's hard for me to like completely disregard the Gracie system though, is because like, or any system where it's like a structured, this is your belt testing, this is your curriculum, all that stuff, right? Because I mean, obviously there's like a sort of curriculum that we have at Glory, but it's not like in the sense of like you can't be a blue belt unless you know XYZ. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you know, I appreciate all systems though. I'm just really grateful I'm with this system.
Yeah.
And it's taken me, I don't want to say I blossom, but it's still taking me a while to blossom or find my niche. But
what do you think about motherfuckers that get their blue belts online? That's the thing, you know that, right?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I think that's also like the dark side of Gracie's system that
they know the system. What are you talking about? They did the testing. They took a video, they sent it in.
I think
they're a blue belt. What do you mean?
That's them gaming the market. Not all Gracies, not all, but
yeah,
you know, because it's like I did have an issue with like when you became 3 stripes white belt at the school I was going to.
Yeah,
you can go into the advanced class, but the advanced class costs more.
Oh,
yeah. So if you were paying,
you're welcome.
If you were paying
with a certain degree of money.
Yeah, if you were paying $170.
So how much more was it?
I think it went up to like, so it was like $40 more or something. $50 more.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, so they'd be like, yeah, why don't you come to the
event? You're like, oh, you want to be a blue belt? Damn.
Yeah, so
that's fucked.
You know,
that's pretty fucked up.
But I appreciate that school. I doubt anyone from that school is listening, but you know, I appreciate that school. But I do think it's kind of a little bit of a money grab.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. speaking of like drilling and everything, because you were saying you like to drill. You know, one of my favorite people to drill with is fucking Trout.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know, like drilling with that dude. If you can find like a drilling partner that you can like workshop with too, like that's the shit. You know, whenever you guys are drilling, whenever the coach is showing, and then still be able to like chit chat about the move or like be able to communicate with someone like, did this work or do I need to do this? Or they can tell you like you should adjust that or adjust this. And then on top of that, they can show you something that they saw on fucking YouTube that was branching off of the or whatever. You know what I mean? Where you can like workshop it, but still at the same time stick to what you're fucking doing. You know?
I think certain pairs in this gym really complement and can elevate each other's game.
Yeah. Are you saying Trout and I are a pair? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think Trout complements a lot of players.
That dude compliments everybody.
That's what I'm saying. He's helped me out. I think Murray is the same way because Murray loves the jiu-jitsu. I think certain people can complement each other and really elevate the game. And I think you probably found that with Trout. I don't think I've necessarily found that because I feel like sometimes when I go with them, and this is me being overly sensitive, so it is being dramatized, but I feel like, you know, sometimes I kind of hold them back when they're like drilling because they can do fancy stuff with their flexibility and everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of things is still hard for me because I don't have that flexibility at the moment.
Yeah.
So they can go in certain moves and spin around and get their leg up, and I'm like, all right, let me lift my leg, and you know, I'm a little behind on the flexibility part.
You gotta play that catch up game, bro.
No, definitely, and I felt, like I said today, I felt good. But yeah, I
did you wear the wrist guard while you were rolling?
No.
I didn't know.
I respect the hell out of Trout and majority of our teammates, if not all of our teammates that come here and really work. You know, you've seen Rich, Trout, Murray. You know, and the list goes on. People that's complimented other players and really took the game to a different level without the consistent need of having Zach stand over and watch us.
Yeah,
you know, and that's awesome to see.
Yeah, that's happening. I feel like that's pretty much like the entire. Yeah, you just broke it down perfectly too. Like, especially too, like all the people that in the program right now that have been in there as long as they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all the people that came from the old spot. Like, yeah,
it's nice to see the maturity and the growth.
Yeah, for sure. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you're back on the mats, man.
Yeah, I missed it, man. It gets frustrating, you know. Outside of all the trash talk that we do to each other here, you know, it is frustrating me not being able to participate with my teammates and
was that fucking up like your everyday life whenever you couldn't?
Yeah.
How so?
My aggression.
Really?
You know, I get to exhaust a lot of energy here and you know, I'm never intentionally like getting, you know, trying to hurt anybody, but I can kind of release some of that steam that's built up inside of me.
Yeah.
And not having that, you know, getting on the bike for an hour was awesome. You know, it put me in a different mindset. But you know, I like the kicking, punching, and choking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like getting the workout and working on my technique, and it continues to have that confidence within myself. Because jiu-jitsu, MMA has really built up my confidence. If you would have met me before, you know, martial arts,
yeah,
you know, I wouldn't look you in the eye, I'd get real scared in the moment.
Hey, I'm with you, bro.
You know?
I'm with you.
So I love it, man. But yeah. I'm just happy to be back, and you know. But I think then the rest was necessary because the way my body responded today was a lot better than when I was consistently going every day. Yeah. And maybe it might be a mental thing. Maybe it's like, maybe now because I'm thinking like, oh, I have all this rest. This is how I should be responding. I felt my body respond.
Yeah. There's probably a little bit of, you were probably a little hungry too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That tends to put a little extra kick in your butt, you know?
Definitely.
That might have something to do with it as well, potentially. Yeah. But yeah, past that, man, you also got the move going on this week.
Yeah, I'm moving to a new apartment. You know, it was a little bit of talk of like getting in the house, but I don't feel that comfortable yet. Plus, I don't know if you know, I don't know if I want Kansas City to be like where my daughters are raised just yet.
Oh yeah,
I'm not familiar with the area, and you know, I want to provide the best opportunity for my girls.
You've been here what, like 3-4 years?
Like 5 years. 5 years. Yeah.
5 years.
But for me, I can take care of myself.
You and I have been out here the same amount of time.
Yeah. Wow. You know, but I don't know. There was like a little talk, and I have not considered it at all. But you know, it was like, you know, my mother getting older and everything. She kind of wanted me to move back to where the city she lives in.
Yeah.
And you know, I in a nice romantic dream, it sounds nice to have my daughters, you know, raised around family.
Yeah.
You know, I only have my brother out here, and I consider you guys family, and I'm excited for them to grow up in this gym as long as I'm here. I feel like I'm gonna be here for forever.
Yeah.
But we know life happens, jobs happen, and you know, but getting the opportunity to have my daughters, at least gym wise, being raised, is an amazing thought. You know, with all the mothers and the influence and the respect that they'll learn, and the hard work that they learn. You know, I hope I can provide that for them.
Yeah.
But there's also, you know, a nice size with rose tinted glasses that, like, if it's a nice thought of them growing up around my mother and my sister, growing up in Florida the way I grew up, you know.
Is your mom retired?
Mm-hmm.
And tell her to move up KC. Say, come on, Mom.
I don't know, man.
What's wrong with that? She don't like it?
No, I'm sure. I think she would do it. You know, it's just, I don't know.
Kansas City was a good choice for me. Like, I didn't give a shit about Kansas City. And then, like, once I moved here, I was like, after, like, 2 months, and I was like, oh, St. Louis is kind of a shithole.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I had no idea. Because St. Louis was that was all I knew. So then whenever I moved here, like, first 2 months, I was like, it's fucking stupid. And then after 2 months, I was like, yo, everybody's nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I like this.
You know,
St. Louis is a shithole.
The area I grew up in, I tried to make it like it was a hood, but it wasn't the ghetto. And I made the area bad because of the activities I was into.
Yeah.
And my buddies were into. But, you know, I appreciate the area I grew up in. And you know, some days I miss it. I'm not going to lie. Ever since I went to, you know, I left for LA, you know, I've always missed my hometown and growing up. But.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Huh.
I like to, I'm a person that enjoys comfort, which has kind of hindered me on some aspects of my life, but I like comfort. And I know that town like the back of my hand.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, though, I feel like from my hometowns, like, I'm also the same way where, like, I'm a fan of comfort as well, you know, like shit that I know and things like that, and I don't want to break out of my comfort zone if I don't have to. But like my home, I feel like there's nothing for me there, you know, like there's nothing. I mean, you got your mom. I think there's
nothing for me there.
Okay.
Personally, for me, there's nothing for me there.
Okay.
If I was to move back home, that's me accepting like.
That's just because of your mom. That would be the only sole
strictly
reason.
For family and my daughters.
I feel.
But for me to go home, I wouldn't grow at all.
Well, I thought you were saying that you wanted like your daughters to grow up in like that area as well.
Just because I know it's safe. I would want my daughters to grow up in the area.
You don't think Kansas City's safe? Kansas City's safe as a motherfucker, dude.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't explore that much.
Yo, it's safe as fuck.
I keep to myself. I live in Northland, and I've heard stories about, you know.
Look, I've never said this out loud since I've lived here, but I've heard tons of people, almost on a daily basis, like Kansas City, and just be like, yeah, it's getting real bad. Or like, there was a shooting over in this area, and I'll just be like, oh, yeah. I'm like, bitch, you don't even fucking know.
Right.
You have no fucking clue. Don't tell me this shit's getting bad. I don't give a fuck.
All right, we're going to have to talk about it.
What? What are we talking about?
So Brian showed his our podcast to his neighbor. I'm sure it was a sweet lady.
Okay.
And she noticed some tics that I have and that Brian has. And one of the tics is that I do have my hands close to my private area. But now I keep doing it, and I'm so conscious of it, it's bothering me. And I'm awkward because I keep like trying to place my hands, but my hands want to be on my lap. I'm not trying to touch any part of my private, you know. Sorry, man. I had to get it out of my system. Because I'm trying real hard, and every time I do this, it takes away from the conversation.
You good, bro?
If you don't like it, don't watch the fucking podcast. I'm joking.
Do you have your little outbursts? Are you good?
Man. I'm just like, because I'm awkward, man.
Dude, that's nice watching that little meltdown right there.
It's not a meltdown. It's just me.
Kind of was.
Telling yo, I feel. I'm working on it, people.
Oh man, that was fun for me. I'm glad I was. That was
I think
awesome.
you did it just to intentionally fuck with me.
I really didn't.
I think you did.
I didn't know I was gonna fuck with you this much.
did.
I wouldn't have said shit. I would have just told you after the fact. Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Tell your neighbor I appreciate the critique, and
You know what's funny is I tell Keith this. So every time we record, I have to run home real quick, take care of my dog, and fucking let my dog out and feed her. And I tell Keith this, the feedback that I get from my neighbor. I go and take care of my dog. I come back, and whenever I walk in the door, you're watching last week's episode, and you're like, "Fuck, she's right."
No.
Oh, that didn't happen?
No. I was watching Dragon Ball Z videos.
Don't lie to me.
I swear to God.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, I swear to God.
I thought you were watching last week's episode.
No, that was the guy talking over the recording. When you heard my phone?
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then, scratch that.
I just know it's something I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just mentioned it right whenever I walked in the door and I saw you on your phone. I was like, this motherfucker's watching last week's episode right now.
I don't. It's hard for me to listen to our stuff that much. Because I have to record and edit it.
Oh, you listen to it a few different times.
So
yeah.
I don't on my spare time listen to myself that much.
Well, you do it enough whenever you're editing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I edit for like 3 or 4 hours.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah. Just wanted to get that out of the way.
All right. Well, why don't you put your hand somewhere that's a little more appropriate? What were we even talking about, dude? You just fucking like...
I know, I went off. No, we were done with that conversation.
I had a straight outburst. I don't even know what we were talking about. What conversation?
I don't remember
we saying?
That's why I was so worried about my hands.
Bro.
Oh, we're going about growing up in neighborhoods in St. Louis. Like St. Louis, like people talking about Kansas City.
No, Kansas City's safe as shit.
Yeah, but, like I said, I know my hometown like the back of my hand. Yeah. So but I wish, I'm not going to spend too much time like going back in the past, but like, I really love this gym. I love the individuals I come across here, and I wish I would have introduced this into my life the day one I moved here.
Yeah.
I really do. Because of the benefits it's had since I've taken it serious of being here. So I wish I kind of would have introduced it to my life, but I'm happy where I'm at, and everything happens for a reason. So, if I can have my daughters my job as a parent is to make sure my daughters have the best opportunities and, try to teach them.
Yeah.
I can't tell them how to live life, but, I can help them learn. And I think growing up in an environment like this would have monumental benefits. So, yeah.
I agree with that, for sure. Real quick, I want to comment on the construction that's going on out here on North Oak. I want to meet the fucking idiot that made up the plans for this.
Oh, to pave one side of the road?
Bro.
Literally one lane?
That would have been better. Why didn't they do that?
Right. No, they did. The far lanes.
No. But I'm saying like how they took out the fucking street.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
Right.
Why wouldn't you take out one section, pave that section, take out the next section, pave that section?
You don't think, man.
Instead, you're like, let's fuck up all of this shit and fix this section and then that section.
Right.
We'll go from there.
It's a nightmare, man.
It's all fucked up, dude.
You know what? I popped my tires, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, bro. That was winter, right?
That was winter time, so I'm like having like
my
nightmares.
boss did too at the time.
Yeah, dude. It's a nightmare. Especially driving down these roads. I'm always worried about because I ran over a bump.
That's the kind of shit you should be worried about in Kansas City.
Right.
Is the fucking potholes. That's your biggest concern.
Right.
I'm sticking by it right now. Anybody that says Kansas City's dangerous, I can't take you seriously.
Right.
I'm sorry. Does dangerous shit happen? Yes. Dangerous shit happens everywhere, though. You're not going to go anywhere and it's going to be 100% safe. That's not a real thing. That was bothering me. It's gone.
Cool. It's weird, man. I wanted my neighborhood growing up so bad to be like, it's crazy how much like stock we put into like, this is a bad area. This is a bad neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Dude, what is a good neighborhood, dude?
Right.
That's all you hear is that it's a bad neighborhood. And fucking 7 out of 10 times I walk in and I'm just like, what's your description of a bad fucking neighborhood?
Right. My boy, when I went home, I went and visited his parents. I always visit everyone's families because I feel like, I just show respect, and it's something I do. I go out of my way to see everyone's families.
Yeah.
And my boy's mom was talking about how he was going around telling people he grew up in the ghetto. Mind you, he grew up in a nice, beautiful house, his own room.
Yeah.
Both parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice clothes all the time. But he was like, I guess someone came around and someone was like, yeah, he said he grew up in the ghetto. She was like, well, he didn't grow up in no damn ghetto. But I remember when I was like, younger, I used to tell people that.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know how I grew up. I grew up in a bad area. It's like, no.
Yeah.
My area was super safe.
Yeah.
I could walk around at night and be comfortably fine.
No problem.
Outside of some of the rednecks, I wasn't really too worried.
See, that would scare me.
Rednecks?
If I were you.
They were more afraid of us than we were of them. Yeah, man. Speaking of going home, we never got to talk about it. I don't know if we did. And if we did, excuse me for going over it again. I got to go home and visit my mother, which was one of the best experiences. I let a lot of time pass by, 4 years between seeing her.
Yeah.
My mother's older now. She's heading into her 70s. And the way she was moving was kind of heartbreaking because she was slower. But then that's because she's not around a lot of people and she retired.
Yeah.
But
the fuck was that?
I don't know. There was some noise. Well, I guess we should.
Yeah, I was about to say, if someone's like in my truck or something, fuck them.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, I hope someone's in this truck. Can you imagine? Get the goat.
Oh, bro.
What are they doing?
It's the Pizza Hut people. They're unloading a truck.
Oh, okay. It was the Pizza Hut people unloading the truck.
I just popped the shit out of my neck, though. It was like perfect. I did one of those.
Right.
Real quick. Oh.
Am I going to keep all that in or should we?
What?
What just happened?
Yeah, you can keep that in.
All right, cool.
Might as well.
But going home, I got to see my mother, and it was funny. It was crazy because the first night I got there, I was only there for 3 days, but the first night she was moving so slow and her reaction speed and everything was like, so off. And I was like, why is my mother moving like this? And it's not just old age, it's because she hasn't been active. But then, by that Sunday, she
also
was...
the time that you haven't seen her as well. Last time you saw her, she was like, lots changed since last time you seen her.
Yeah, but I think it's because she hasn't been active because she's retired. But when she was holding my babies and moving, by that Sunday, she was like moving again.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see her active, and I think she's trying harder, to stay active, which is nice to see. But the experience was wonderful, and it makes me, I want to go home like every year or two to visit. My mother's in her 70s. I don't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
I want to be there, and I want her to be a part of my daughter's life.
How often do you guys like video chat and shit?
We don't.
Okay.
We don't. I have a different family. And being around my sister and my nephew and niece are about to graduate high school. There's a lot of things I'm missing out on because I'm not home. I have my own life, but I still want to be a part of my immediate family life. I want them to understand. But I ran into my buddy. So I only got to see a handful of friends, and when I meet up with my childhood friends, I like to pick up like I've never been gone.
Yeah.
I feel like I pick up on conversations. I don't really spend too much time filling them in on like each year.
This is what you missed.
Right. But we talk and I care about them, and a lot of them are in a better spot than I am financially because they made other choices that I didn't make. They've had careers since they were in their 20s.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. But I was more worried about having fun. I'm not gonna lie, and trying to find that happiness in my life.
Yeah.
It wasn't always perfect, as going through the journal. We know that. But some people, I feel, and I'm not trying to just be disrespectful to anybody, but they took a safe route. Right? And I knew, growing up in my neighborhood, I was always a weird, different kid because I had certain dreams that not everyone had.
Yeah.
They think life is a white picket fence, kids, the all-American family. Mm-hmm. I didn't think that. I wanted to see my name on billboards. I wanted to go in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
So my one friend who's been in the military since he was 18 is successful to himself. He's always had the military as a career.
Yeah.
He's never had to go, he's living his life, and now he's a high rank in the military, doing very well. Very, very well. Me, not so much. Financially. I don't have big dollars. And if big dollars came with misery, I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
But we sat down and we're sitting there and we're talking a little bit. And it just shows how out of touch we are and how out of touch he's been with my life. Because I kind of stay up to date with his life, through Facebook posts or whatever.
Yeah.
And every now and then we conversate. But he sits down with me and he's like, hey, man, Monty, I went to school for acting. When I got out of school, I decided I don't want to do acting. Yeah. I want to be a stand-up comic. And I really didn't go around the stand-up comic role. I would do some shows, but I wasn't as consistent as I should have been with all the free time I've had.
Right.
So I haven't seen him in years, since a funeral. And actually, no, I lied. He came and visited me for like a day, for like literally 3 hours or 2 hours. And he's like, hey, man, you need to quit acting and get a real job. And I'm like, huh? Because, like, I haven't acted. I'm like, what'd you say? He's like, you need to quit acting and pursue, like, a real career. Because, it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, hey, pal, I could tell you it wasn't going to work out either because I'm not pursuing it.
Right, motherfucker.
Like, where are you getting your information from?
You'd be like, hey, are you talking about some shit you don't know about right now?
Right. That's kind of how it was. So then he says that, and then he's
my
like,
goldfish is purple. I thought we were just saying random shit.
Right. And then he's like, oh, well, I know you got into comedy, so you need to like stop doing stand-up comedy. And it's like, hey, I don't really pursue stand-up comedy either. By the way, I have kids, and I'm just like making sure I maintain my job for them. I'm doing okay. And he was like, well, you know what I mean. And I was like, he's like, you need to go back to college and like get a career. And I looked at him and I wanted to go off on him. But I didn't.
Yeah.
But it just shows how out of touch you can be with somebody. Because he hasn't called me. I don't go in anyone's pockets. Everything I've done for the past couple of years, maybe occasionally my brother helps me out, but I don't reach out to friends, childhood friends, for however long I've known any of my friends. I don't go out and say, hey, can you spot me $5, $10, $100? I don't ask them for none of that. I take care of myself. I've always tried to be independent. Now, for a while, my mother took care of me, and my brother has helped me.
Yeah.
But I don't go outside of my immediate family. So I just felt like it was like, I kind of wanted to, like, you're telling me to do something.
Sounds like one of these motherfuckers where it's like some shit that has nothing to do with him.
Right.
That bothers him for no reason whatsoever. Because,
Right.
again, it has nothing to do with him. But it bothers him enough to where he feels the need to take action. And in this case, say something to you.
And it's like, I get a little bit, it's coming out of a place of love. Like, you want to see me do well. You don't want to see me struggle. But if I'm not expressing that I'm struggling or anything.
Right, you're like, bro, I'm good. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, I came to say
it's not
hello.
like I'm a fucking drug addict. What are you saying?
Exactly. I came to say hi to your kid and you. Like, I don't need life advice.
Yeah.
I didn't open that door.
Yeah.
So it's just, and I'm not going to keep going down the well, but, I've had some.
So it was almost like an intervention type thing, but.
Unnecessary one.
Right, that's what I'm getting at.
But it's like, I value other people's opinions too much when I was younger, especially through my 20s. That's why I didn't continue with stand-up.
Even this guy? This guy's a douchebag.
Yeah, because even when I was doing stand-up, the first person that told me no, I sucked, I just took their word as gold.
Yeah.
Mind you, comedy, same thing with fighting, same thing with anything. You have to go through that phase and get better. I'm only going to get better the more I do it.
Yeah.
Of course, in the beginning, I suck.
Yeah.
I get that. And I didn't know that. I didn't have that discipline and confidence that I do now. So it was just funny, but I'll finish up the story with this. So later on, I see his dad. 'Cause I'm going to go visit his dad. I'm going to go visit his family. And his dad's like, hey, sorry. He's like, hey, how's work? What are you doing? And I was like, oh, I work at the comedy club. And his dad, the first thing he says to me, he goes, you work at the comedy club? He's like, why? And I was like, oh, he's like, why aren't you performing at the comedy club? And I was like, oh, I wanted to take the job, and like, do something to make money. It was the most money I was making ever in my life. And he was like, dude, literally, his dad said this. You need to pursue your dreams. He's like, why aren't you pursuing your dreams? It's crazy. I'm sorry, it's crazy.
Need to take a minute, man?
No. Sorry. So it's just crazy because it's like, I wanted that confidence back then.
Yeah.
And it meant the world to me. It meant the world to me. But I spent so much time valuing people that put me down.
Yeah, you listen to the negative.
And it affected me. And even though with the tears, you know, I'm stronger than that now. Because, like, his dad right now is busting his ass. His dad is. For, you know, he has a day job and he has a night job. His dad is the same age as my mother. That's like 67 years old.
Yeah.
And he goes, dude, you don't want to be here at my age.
Yeah, there's a lot of motherfuckers like that, too.
Doing something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
He's like, you better go fucking chase your dreams. And it was so beautiful in the end. I just appreciate it. And I think that's why I came back with such a fire of like, hey, I'm definitely doing this now. Hey, I'm gonna take a fight. I'm gonna do things. My kids come first. I need to make sure I provide for them, and they have opportunities in their life. They don't need their dad, you know, going out doing comedy, making $50 a night,
Yeah.
and not having anything to eat. My first priority is my daughters, is my family. But if I can still spend time and work on this podcast, stand-up comedy, training, whatever I can do to keep my happiness, my saneness, and still pursue some of my dreams, I'd rather do that
Yeah.
than go in to get some fucking 9-to-5 job and hating myself
Yeah.
and drinking myself to death. So, I don't know, man. I know I went down a tangent, but, you know, I'm really starting to, I'm growing up,
Yeah.
and I'm happy that I'm not affected anymore by anyone's opinions.
It just seems like you're realizing a lot more shit is what it really boils down to.
Right.
It's just like, motherfucker's negative opinion doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
Like, it really doesn't at the end of the day. Just like that guy who's just like, you need to take life seriously. It's like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
Like, who are you to tell me how to live my life? I was given X amount of time on this earth. I don't know what X is, but that's how much time I was given. Who the fuck are you to tell me how I spend a second of it? And that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Or judge how I spend a second of it.
Yeah.
Not let alone tell me how I should spend a second of it, but judge how I spend a second of it.
Exactly. Too. And, you know, it's okay to, like, suck at something. It's okay to suck.
Hell yeah.
That's why we have ranking systems and belts in jiu-jitsu and everything. Because you start off with nothing. You start off with no knowledge. You're lucky if maybe some of us come from a wrestling background and know those basics.
Bro, I still suck at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, well, me too.
You know what I mean? Like, we still suck. Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like, I now accepted that. I was one of those people with that mindset that, like, the moment I sucked at something, you pointed it out,
I was like, done. Oh, fuck, it's over.
Yeah.
It's not meant for me.
Right. And I should have went through my 20s being terrible at stand-up, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I just chose to run away. But right now, my mindset and everything, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. If you see me perform stand-up, I might have a bad set.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep going, and hopefully in the future, when you see me again, I'm better. I'm funnier. You know? So, if you're talented at something or you think you have something, you know, you have to go after it, man. Because, like I said, my people die miserable.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be one of those people.
So, for this mindset, this realization that you have, where do you think that stems from exactly? Like, what do you think the change was that made it to where, like, you realize that? Like, was it just the fact of just, like, over time, like, taking this off period, like, working at the comedy club, like, now you're not doing stand-up, you're not doing, like, there's really, you're not getting much negative feedback in that sense. You know what I mean? Was it him saying something? Was it you? Like, what do you think of it? Like, combination of the things? I don't know.
Of me understanding
Yeah.
everything. I think
because it's kind of it's a powerful thing whenever you like come to like whenever you get like a confidence like that. Whenever just like one day you're just like you literally don't care about what people are saying is in the sense of like negativity like that. When people get negative and you're just like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care.
I think it's a combination of things. I think my kids coming on this earth is kind of like I care what they think. I care what they mean to me, but at the end of the day, I understand now. Kind of getting a deeper knowledge, reading biographies of other celebrities, politicians, of how they got started, and then surrounding myself with you guys.
Yeah,
watching you guys from scratch, watching white belts turn into blue belts, watching people go out there and compete at MMA. There's so many different aspects. Surrounding myself with people that are working hard, with Zach and you and one of my big examples is Mike Murray, who I watched day one striking.
Yeah.
And he was talking about he wanted to fight, and I was like, ugh, you're gonna fight? You better take him down.
Yeah.
To seeing him win and go out there and
that dude should have an award for most improved striking.
Exactly.
He should have an award for that for sure.
But there's a lot of watching myself with people, Mikey England, that grind and work hard and bust their ass. Watching them succeed. Goes, oh shit, I could translate that into different areas of my life.
Yeah.
And maybe one day it will come to a point to where I would need to get a big time job or I need to grow up. Yeah. As of right now, I'm okay. I'm not asking anyone for help. I'm on my own. I'm on my own 10 toes. So, I think just surrounding myself with the right people and going out and getting knowledge of how people got their start is helping. Watching Zach prepare, overcome injuries and go back in the cage and get a victory. Or even when Zach comes back and loses, and I talked about the last time on the podcast, the way he conducts himself. Yeah. Seeing that shit, he's still alive. His life is still moving forward. He's not allowing this. He's not walking in, not like anyone would say it. He's not walking in and someone's like, Zach, you suck. And he's like, you're right. I should never be in the UFC.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, cool. I lost. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and get better.
Yeah.
So having all that knowledge, and I had to wait till I got out of my 20s to understand, to fully comprehend. But I'm at that point now. So that's where that knowledge comes from.
Some motherfuckers don't recognize that though.
Right.
So you got a lot of these old heads like telling you like how you should live, like trust me, like do this now while you're young or something, like fucking just be happy.
And by the way, and if you took a different route in life and you have you're doing well too. If you took that,
that's kind of what I was talking about that dude like judging your life. Like what the fuck does it matter to him?
Right.
Like I get it, like from the sense of love, like he cares about you, but like, are you breathing? Are you eating?
Right.
You got a roof?
Right.
We're good.
Right.
You on drugs? No. We're good.
Right.
I don't understand what his fucking problem was.
Right.
What a douchebag.
But it's just one of those things. But it came full circle when I spoke with his dad, and I'm happy I have this growth, and yeah, man, I'm not afraid anymore. And like I said, the next time I get on stage, it might be one of the worst experiences, but I'm gonna grow.
When's the next time you're getting on stage?
Soon. I don't have an exact date, but it's soon.
We need to get an exact date.
Yeah, I'll get an exact date. Have a nice.
It's like Baker getting on to you about writing your
shit
on the board.
Holding myself accountable. That's a thing. I need to be accountable. So every day I'm taking it one day at a time, trying to stay healthy, trying to make sure my kids are healthy and my lady is there and she's doing well, and I'm stepping up finally. I'm finally, for the first time in my life, having control.
Good shit.
So, yeah.
These motherfuckers over here can't stop dropping shit.
I know.
They're just dropping shit left and right.
All right, let's keep moving on if I cry again. Sorry. I'm going to keep it in, too. I'm not afraid.
Wait, what?
I'm going to keep that in, too.
Keep what in?
The tears.
Oh, yeah. I would hope you wouldn't edit that out. I was about to say, if you edit that out, that's going to look pretty botched, So, I think it'd be obvious what happened. You can't really edit that out.
Yeah, you can't.
No, man. Hey, yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said there.
Yeah.
It happens differently for everybody, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to something else then. Since we recapped your Florida trip, what about the What about Mexico City over the weekend,
You
bro?
know, that was crazy, man. It seemed
What
like
happened,
it was. I didn't get to watch the entire card, but it seems like things were going well, and then it just didn't.
And then it just didn't. Did you watch the fight?
No.
Fucking eye poke, bro.
Yeah. Do you think he could have continued? Because it sounds like, I didn't see the video. It sounds like he could have continued, but he milked it.
I couldn't find a video of the actual eye poke to save my life. Because I wanted to see like a zoom in, like, you know, clip like that. But yeah, I couldn't get it.
You know,
so I don't know. All I saw was the fucking crowd
go crazy, yeah.
Like riot practically, dude. Like they had fucking security guards covering motherfuckers, like taking them out of the arena.
Did you see the video of the commentator when Michael Bisping literally hide underneath the table?
Yeah. No, Michael Bisping wasn't.
No,
Michael Bisping stood up and was like waving people on, like, let's go. God, I love that guy. He's such a fucking idiot. There he is, man.
Even in a mob, he's like, fuck it.
He's like, I don't give a shit. Let's go. Let's roll. He's a gangster, dude.
Yeah. You know, with me asking, I'm, you know, asking because, like, that's what the article said. But, you know, Lil Heathen, Jeremy Stevens, is a bad motherfucker. So I don't think he was looking for any way out of the fight.
No. Apparently, from what I've heard, they rescheduled it already.
Yeah. They rescheduled for the Boston card that's coming up. So.
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
Yeah, that's
like
gonna be
an hour ago.
Yeah, I did. Appreciate it. But, you know.
Yo, for real, that's what's fucked up. That's how my brain works. I was like, yo, somebody told me that not that long ago.
Unforgettable, I get it. And I think there's going to be more stock into that fight now because it's a rivalry that's built in. Did you watch the video of them, you know, of Yair and Jeremy confronting each other at the hotel?
What, after the fact?
Yeah, like the next day.
No.
There's a video, so basically what Jeremy says, because I didn't listen to the audio fully, but basically, like, he was leaving the hotel and Yair was there. And I guess he, like, walked up and he thought he was being genuine. I was like, oh, man, how's your eye? Is it good? And kept, like, and then shook his hand. And I guess once he shook his hand, he started, like, talking shit to him. So then Jeremy, like, shoves him.
Wait.
And they get into it.
Rodriguez was talking shit?
Yeah. He, like, walked up and was like, oh, how's your eye? Is your eye okay?
And then once they started shaking hands, he was like,
he
was like, you're a little bitch. I'll poke out your other fucking eye.
Basically.
No way.
And then, because I guess Jeremy was like, rematch. And he was like, oh, you want a rematch now? You should have fought me yesterday.
I hope Jeremy fucks him up then.
Hey, man.
If that's the case, I hope Jeremy fucks him up, man. For real.
So, I mean, it's going to be a lot more stock into that fight. I don't want him to I don't want him to be the headliner.
No.
Yeah, but.
No. That was like you reading the card this coming up weekend.
Yeah,
I didn't hear anything that.
A lot of respectable fighters, but there's no star power to that card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't be watching it. That's for fucking sure.
No.
But we do have the KCFA fights this weekend. Are you commentating?
I do not think so. They have not asked me.
I don't know if they asked Matt either. You need to text some motherfuckers, bro.
Because I'm a sensitive little biatch, I'm taking it personal, Joe.
Why don't you text them? Shoot them.
I honestly, I can't.
Yeah, you can.
No. I can't commentate this weekend. I'm moving. Moving, and I have to work. Damn. So, because moving is not fucking cheap.
Damn, I might have to fill in as commentator instead of door guy.
I'd love that, man.
Nah, I doubt they'll probably get Anthony.
Yeah, I like Sharpay too. I think Sharpay, he has a lot of candid statements, but I like it.
I can't help it but to want to go hoo-ah after you say Sharpay. Sharpay, hoo-ah. Every time I'm just like hoo-ah.
He has a lot of cool sayings. He's fascinating. I think he sounds better on the mic too. That's because I just don't like my own voice.
Yeah.
So
I don't think anybody does though.
Yeah. So
everybody's voice sounds differently. Like right now I'm hearing it one way and then once I hear it back I'm like, fucking stab that guy.
Right.
Fucking kill him before he lays eggs.
Right. So yeah, but I'm excited if it's Sharkbait and I hope Matt does it because I think Matt is a staple of the commentating right now in Kansas City.
Yeah, actually, like Matt's
he's the man.
Yeah, he's got his thing going on, right? So, like he's in his groove.
Right. So
he's in his groove, I feel like.
I think they'd be doing a disservice if Matt didn't commentate. Me, I'm okay. I'm okay filling in. But Matt, you know.
We want Matt and Keith is what we want. Yeah. Obviously, Keith can't make it this
yeah, I can't make it this time.
Next time around.
It's I'm actually happy they haven't asked me because I hate turning stuff down.
And you'd have to turn this down?
And I would have turned this down 100%.
Damn, bro.
So I would,
If they ask you, just be like, no, but Brian can do it.
Yeah, I would.
No, they'll still grab Anthony. But yeah, hit it up. Let Joe know.
Yeah.
I'll talk to him.
About Matt. Yeah.
About Matt.
Commentating is one of those weird things that, like, I just kind of fell into, and you could tell the first time I commentated, my knowledge wasn't fully there, and me being in the moment.
Going for guillotine!
Me being in the moment, I was so, like, it was hard watching you fight. It's hard watching teammates fight. So
you were standing like the entire time.
Yeah, man, I get pumped up, man. It's crazy how personal I can take a fight because it's like, even when any of the guys lose, I always want to be like, motherfucker, try to do that to me. I'll get in there. But it's also kind of a little disrespectful to my teammate because it's like, it's kind of like, I'm better than that. But, I understand. I don't fully comprehend because I've never been in a cage, and I'm going to experience that. But I don't fully know what it's like to be in that cage, in that environment with lights hitting you, people screaming, cheering and all, and you're trying to tune everyone out and listen to Zach coach.
It's pretty easy.
You'll
tune all that shit out pretty easily.
So, it's all about, commentating the first time, and like, especially having you get in there, was like, oh fuck, it was hard.
Really?
Yeah, man. I expect the best. I think Glory has the best team, overall, and I expect anytime any of the competitors go out there, any of my teammates go out there, I expect them to kind of run through people. But
isn't that the expectation we all have for our teammates, though?
Yeah, of course.
It's like I train with this guy on a daily basis. I know what he's capable of. He's gonna fucking eat this guy's face.
Yeah,
that's what we expect every time.
Believe it or not, I don't know if you can believe this. I was in tears when Mike lost. I don't cry a lot, so.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was emotional watching Mike go through his situation. I'm happy he's back in the gym being a beast, but that was tough too.
Yeah.
I care about you guys. I do consider a lot of people your family, especially the ones I grinded and bled with and punched in the face. There's a little special emotion I have for all the men and women there. That Marissa, anyone that's competed.
Got our own little community going on for sure.
Right, definitely.
Yeah. What about IBJJF, man? What do you think about competing in IBJJF?
I just really haven't gone across that bridge yet of spending money to compete.
Yeah.
With the.
Because you've never done a jiu-jitsu tournament, right?
No, not under the Glory banner.
Wait, have you done one though?
Yeah, and at Gracie, or when I was at Gracie Bar.
Oh, yeah. So that's different though.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You should do like a local tournament.
Yeah, no, I mean I want to. It's just anytime that those fees come up, I'm like, I'm good. I like to keep my little extra $20, $40, $50.
Oh, shit, sometimes it's more than that.
Oh, I know.
IBJJF's like 120 or something like that. We'll start like a GoFundMe for you or something like that. No, please
don't.
Yeah.
I'll just save up.
You should do a jiu-jitsu tournament though and see what that's like.
Definitely, I agree.
I think you would murder a jiu-jitsu tournament. I think you would do a lot better than you think.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people would be surprised.
Okay.
Sorry, I was watching.
Way to take the humble route there.
I was watching that Brandon Schaub Joe Rogan video again, and every time I think about that.
Wait. Oh my God. He's talking about wrestling Cain Velasquez. Yeah. It's like, I think people would be surprised. I think you'd be surprised. Bro, that's like what we were all thinking. Like once he said, I think people would be surprised, we were like, huh,
yeah.
What? No one's going to be surprised but you, motherfucker.
Well, I watched the clip.
And Cain whenever he gets hit with a murder charge.
Well, someone spliced in the actual fight while Joe Rogan was talking.
What fight?
The Travis Brown fight.
Oh, okay.
The big fight that made Joe Rogan talk to him on the podcast.
Yeah.
And the stuff, Joe Rogan's like memory is like amazing.
Yeah.
And accurate the way he was like breaking it down, like you were lunging at punches. Now I don't want to go over the whole thing too, especially I'm about to meet Brendan Schaub in like 3 or 4 months.
We'll send him. Hey, tag him.
No,
tag him in this shit. Tag him. Make sure he sees.
But it was fascinating and like, the way Joe was breaking it down, and just like he was like, a lot of things were like, oh, that's making sense the way Joe Rogan was talking about it.
Yeah, he's a very incomplete fighter at the time.
Yes.
Which he ended up retiring, so he's an incomplete fighter.
One of the best fucking moves, though, ever.
What do you mean?
For Brendan Schaub?
To retire and just
he was
podcasting and
start
be a
podcasting,
comedian?
going to stand up.
Yeah.
Being on the E Network as like one of the hosts for the Oscars.
Yeah. Was he?
Yes.
Did not know this.
Yeah, he's like doing big things. That's like one of the best moves.
Nice. Yeah, good for him. Good for him, for sure. What are you laughing at?
Just the conversation we had earlier with me getting emotional. Then like that was one of those moments when Joe Rogan's got to put in his 2 cents and it worked out.
Wait, what are you talking about right now?
Like my friend talking about I need to take life serious.
Yeah.
And then Joe Rogan doing that to Brendan Schaub.
Yeah. It's like, look, bro, I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
No, that was an intervention that was needed, though.
Yeah, that was needed.
That's a little bit different. It's a little bit different when your friend goes out and takes brain damage.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm gonna do that soon too.
Yeah, but not like that. You're not gonna just take it.
No, I won't. Hopefully, I'm dishing it.
That's kind of weird to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Say that you hope you give
not
something.
really.
Just submit them, please.
You think so? Yeah. I would be shocked if I submitted him.
Why? Why would that shock you so much?
Because I don't really have an offensive game. Submission wise. Yet. Maybe by the time the fight comes, I hope to implement that shit too. But I'm just saying, like, I've submitted people before, obviously, at this getting to where I'm at. But I don't know, I think I need that full MMA experience of like.
That's why I wish you would do a jiu-jitsu tournament. I think you would be surprised at.
I think you'd be surprised. Okay, that's the last time I'm doing this. Sorry.
I think you would be. I think you would be surprised at how well you would do, man.
Yeah.
Like the level, and I'm very biased, obviously, because I go to this gym, but I think the level of competition here versus a lot of other schools is fucking different.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit different. Now, granted, you'll come across those killers every now and again. They're at these other schools and other gyms.
England's taking on a black belt.
When is this? Or he already did?
He already did.
Yeah, I know he already did. Yeah,
he did pretty damn well, and probably could have finished him well.
Yeah, he was winning on points. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mikey England was all of a blue belt.
What a game! Did I ever tell you about that at a tournament with Mikey England one time? I was a blue belt. He was a white belt, right? He had been at the gym like a month and a half, 2 months, and
probably a month before he got his blue belt.
Yeah, something like that, right? And it was a submission only tournament, and I already competed. They already did my bracket and everything, and fucking Mikey was about to go up, and he was talking to me, and I had signed up for gi, so I brought my gi and everything. But then after I did all my no gi matches, I was like, fuck it, I'm not doing gi, you know. And I was rolling out. I was about to leave, and I was talking to Mikey as I was leaving. He was like, "Yeah, I'm about to go do gi." He was like, "I signed up as blue belt, but I don't know if they're going to let me compete in my white belt under the blue belt." And I was like, "Oh, fuck no, they're not going to let you, bro. What are you talking about? You can't go out in the blue belt division wearing a white belt. Like, that's not how that works." He was like, "Give me your blue belt."
Really?
There you go, Mikey. Give it to me on Monday. And then he went out and won. Took first.
Wow. So,
yeah, I lent him my blue belt so he could fucking dump some fools on their heads and take gold.
That's fascinating.
That's fucking gangster. Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Where that guy signs up for the division above him, and his biggest concern is he doesn't have the color belt to represent the division that he signed up for.
What a fucking, that's one.
And he was like, "Hey, give me your belt."
That's one of those classic stories. Good for him.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Good for him.
Shout out Mikey England on being a fucking thug. Yeah, no, that was awesome. Like, once he said that, I was just like, didn't even hesitate. I was like, "Here, fucking take mine."
I want to get him on a podcast.
Mikey England, yeah, we can ask him.
Yeah,
for sure.
I want to get him on a podcast.
See what's good. He'd be an interesting character, right?
Right.
Comment below. Let us know what you think about getting Mikey England on the podcast. Speaking of, this is the anniversary, isn't it? Is this the anniversary?
Or is that in a couple of days? In a couple of days.
The
6th, Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Yes. Yes, sorry. I don't know where the fuck I'm at.
Bruh! Actually, here in like an hour.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorr's the anniversary.
We've been doing this for a year.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, man.
We're
Thank you for...
We're here. Thank you for being with us, guys.
Yeah, definitely. It's fascinating. I think watching our growth, from day one to now. My lady said she listened to it the other day and she was comparing episodes. She says, we've grown, and I don't think we've like noticed it. I haven't noticed it. I think I still
I haven't noticed
I still babble on like it, I did in the first episode, but I'm happy. We still have a ways to go. But I mean, I'm always looking to improve, and things will improve, and we'll get guests. And we still have Matt on, and we had Nick on twice, but this is still like, I think after a while we should bring some of our guests back.
Bring like Marissa back.
Bring Marissa, Mike back.
Yeah.
Bring back. I think that's probably it. And then get a couple more. John O'Brien, one of the up and coming MMA fighters around.
Yeah, we just got to get that figured out. He already said he'd come on. We just got to get that figured out as far as when we're gonna do that.
You know who won't do the podcast?
Fucking Phil of the Future.
Hold another one too. We'll get Phil.
Yeah.
Mr. Hollywood, David Onama.
You said he won't?
Yeah, he won't do it.
You asked him to?
I asked him. Maybe he thought I was joking.
And he said no?
He's real private, but I think that would be a dope episode. As long as he opens his mouth, he's real quiet and laid back.
Yeah.
Because he has a fascinating story, and he...
Does he listen?
No.
No.
He should.
Yeah.
But,
Next time I see him, I'll say something to him about it. See if I can do it, if I can help convince him.
No, we don't want him. He don't want to do it. We don't want him.
Okay.
No, I would love to have anyone on here.
Fucking Keith's on one right now.
Bro, I'm going to do like a roller coaster of emotions.
I know. I've noticed, bro. I've noticed. You're kind of bouncing off the walls right now.
Oh.
Hey, did I tell you this story the other day about my half guard game?
Mm-mm.
I'm really proud of this. Very proud of this. So you see this little mark on my leg right here?
Okay.
You see that? A little scab? So this is going to take a little backstory here. You see my big toe there? How it like kind of grows out the side like that?
Right.
So I had an ingrown toenail, right? And they had to fucking cut half my toenail out. And the way they like sealed it up, now my toe like grows. So it doesn't just grow up, it grows like up and like around the side. So it kind of grows like right here. Right. Well, whenever I clip it, sometimes it comes out pointy. And it'll be like like a dagger almost.
Right.
I had my half guard lockdown. And I was in the shower the other day right after practice. And I was like, the fuck is on my leg? And I started feeling it. And I was like, my leg is fucking bleeding. And I look at it and I was like, how the hell did that happen? I was like, that's fucking crazy. And then I got my half guard lockdown the other day. And that toenail just nestled right up into that hole, and I was like, oh, your boy got super gangster with his half-guard lockdown and fucking left a mark.
Okay.
I'm very proud of that.
Proud of yourself, man.
I'm very proud of that moment, actually. Especially at the fact that I didn't recognize it at the time.
Right.
To where I was just like in the shower, and I was like, wait a second, what's that hole in my leg?
It was like John Jones' toe. Remember?
It's like, yeah, I John Jones toed it. Same thing, exactly, actually.
Man, I'm excited, man. I'm you're very heading into the near future of getting your promotion, in my opinion, and just rising your game overall. So I'm happy to watch you grow and how far we've all came. What's next for you, man?
What do you mean? As far as what goes?
Like, you've been here doing your thing. How's the streaming coming along?
I mean, it's going. It's just something that I'm having fun with, It's that's something that's just kind of been steady, nothing too crazy. It's not like I fucking blew up overnight or anything like that, But I mean, it's literally the exact same thing that it was whenever I started, like whenever I'm not here and I'm training jiu-jitsu and doing all that stuff, I don't go out and I don't fucking go to bars and I don't drink and I don't do all this wild shit, I'm a fucking homebody.
Right.
Like hardcore homebody. I want to go home, Netflix and chill, or hop on the computer and play some video games.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it. If I'm gonna hop on the computer and play video games, might as well stream this shit. So, I mean, I still do it, and I mean, a lot of times, like, there's a lot of times where I won't get anything from it, and I'll just have like a couple people watch, you know, and hop in and chat. And there's other times where there'll be like fucking, you know, 15 people watching, and some motherfuckers throw a couple dollars at me, you know.
Right.
So it's, I don't know, it's different. It's different. I enjoy it though. So I decided that anytime I play video games, I'm just gonna stream, no matter what, you know. So anytime I hop, I'm probably gonna go stream once we're done here.
Nice, man. Cool, man. I'm good.
That's how the life goes. Yeah, no, I'm good too. When are we gonna roll again, man? We haven't rolled in a while.
I haven't.
And now that you're over the itis, in case you guys don't know what the itis is, it's called being a little bitch itis. And now Keith's getting over the itis.
Yeah, I'm excited to.
You were supposed to come in today. What happened?
Babies. Babies.
What about Friday? Come in Friday, dude.
I'll be moving, man. I get my keys tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I get my keys to the apartment tomorrow, so I'm gonna spend the next 4 days moving and trying to set up. So once I get through all that and kind of can take a breath, you know, by the time I do that, you know, Monday's gonna be here. I'll be back in the gym. So hopefully next week, one of the mornings, I can come and bring my lady to class, and we'll roll.
All right, dude.
All right, brother.
Put you in a sushi roll.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this half card.
Makes you bleed. All right, we out of here. You got
Yes,
anything
sir.
to close down with?
Nah, keep rocking.
The fuck? Love, peace, chicken grease. Fucking
right.
keep rocking.
Bye. Keep on rocking.
This fucking goon.
Oh my god.
Keep rocking.